We hope that you've really enjoyed our video and you've loved how we made these hot chocolate bombs and cookies, because we were really nervous to try this video.
Yeah, because almost 10 years back we had done the same attempts and they were all a failure.
Oh God.
Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah. It was about the time when we were working together and we were like always so excited about Christmas, and we were like, chalo, let's try making some cookies and all. So we went shopping after office hours for all these goodies for making, baking and all. And then we were up all night, trying to make everything from tarts to cookies to whatnot. And we were up till 5 in the morning. And we had to reach office by 8.
Do you remember we were thinking about making that big basket?
Oh God, the hamper, the cookie hamper. Oh God.
I know.
That was like, oh my God. I still remember we ended up going with 1 biscuit and 3 dabbas of colored sugar. Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
It was an utter failure.
Oh God, seriously.
But thank God we have done a good job this time.
Yes, we have made something edible. Not like what we did 10 years back. Oh God, just imagine. If we had started our channel 10 years ago, what would have happened?
All our initial videos would have been failed attempt to this, failed attempt to that, and we would have just called ourselves Dafty.
Oh yeah, the names would have been gone, na? The Dafties.
Yeah.
Thank God that has not happened. Thank God we're making like something decent along the way. Hello everyone, this is Shamili.
This is Durga
And we are
the Dafty Dames. Welcome back to another video of our Christmas series where, as promised, today we are going to show you how to make those delicious cookies and hot chocolate bombs.
Because as you know, Christmas is incomplete without these wonderful and delicious treats, right? So let's get going. But before that, let's put on these pretty little aprons that we made, especially for this occasion.
And while we do that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as we usually don't cook, but we come up with DIY videos every Saturday.
And our Instagram handle is Dafty Dames, so do go check that out as well. Until then, let's get cooking!
To make a chocolate chip cookies, we'll start with taking some brown sugar. We'll need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of it. Now let's add about half a tub of butter to it. Now let's whisk it to combine this mixture. I'm going to hand this over to Durga to do the whisking while I move on to the next step. Now in a larger bowl, we take about 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. The number of spoons depend on how dark you want your cookie to be. Now let's give that a nice mix. Next we add about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Now let's mix all these dry ingredients really well. Now let's take our previous mixture of butter and brown sugar, which is nicely whisked, and add an egg to it. Now we'll whisk this mixture until it reaches a nice and creamy consistency. Once you've reached that consistency, let's mix our dry and wet ingredients together. So we start by pouring the wet ingredients into the dry mixture and just keep mixing. Let's just put that spoon aside, roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. All this work is making me so thirsty. I'm just going to have a glass of water now. Keep mixing till you get a dough-like consistency. And there our cookie dough is all ready. And this is my favorite part, adding the chocolate chips in it. Now let's line our tray with some butter paper and make small rounds of these dough and just press it onto the sheet. They are ready to be baked. We'll be putting them in the oven at about 190 degrees Celsius for about 12 minutes. And there our homemade chocolate chip cookies are ready. They are so much better than what we had tried 10 years back. Now let's see how they taste. I think I'm going to give one to Durga first to taste because she cannot hide her expressions. If she doesn't like it, it will show on her face. The moment of revelation. Yay! They don't look perfect, but they surely taste amazing.
For hot chocolate bomb, we will start by taking a bar of some dark chocolate and cut them in small pieces and then melt it using double boiler method. So in double boiler method, we boil water in the base vessel and then keep the bowl with chocolate over it to melt. Once it's completely melted, we'll take a silicone mold and we start filling it with chocolate. Now we have to make sure that the mold is covered with a layer of chocolate and there is no gaps in it. Fill in all the edges too and make sure that it's completely layered with the melted chocolate. We are using some star shaped ones and we will use some Christmas tree shape and some Christmas ornament shapes as well. Put extra chocolate over the edges as we don't want any gaps there. And once we have filled all the silicone molds, well then we'll just have to refrigerate it and wait till it hardens. We kept it for around 15 minutes and while it is almost getting done, we will spread another batch of melted chocolate over a sheet of butter paper, which will be the base for our shapes that we have done. Our chocolate is all hardened too. Now we have to be very careful while removing it from the mold. They are fragile and can break very easily, and hence we will advise to keep the chocolate layer a bit thicker. Now that looks really cool, right? And now let's do the best part of it, and that is to fill it with all the goodness. We are using some cinnamon sugar. It's nothing but some cinnamon and some sugar grounded together, some cocoa powder, and sweet little devils, the marshmallows. I'm going to be very generous while filling them. This really depends on the shape and size of your chocolate bomb. Just properly place the marshmallows on top of it, and now comes the tricky part. Just lift the chocolate sheet which we prepared earlier a bit and very carefully place your filled chocolate mold onto it. That went well. Now we will continue this with all other molds as well. Now the tree is large, so it deserves some extra marshmallows, right? And here goes our last one. Try not to spill out some powder while doing the inversion. And if you do, don't worry, it's just another reason for us to use some more chocolate. We will seal all the edges so that there is no gap between the mold and the base. And now we will place it again in the refrigerator to harden. And when they come back, we will just have to remove that extra bits of chocolate around so that we get a perfect shape. And finally, our experiment did work. Our hot chocolate bomb are all ready. They look very tempting, right? And now the moment of truth to see if the bomb explodes. Just take the bomb and place it onto the mug and pour a hot milk on it. And just wait and watch. Ooh, see those marshmallows popping out? That's our shining stars. Ooh. Oh, there goes another one. Let's give it a nice mix so everything blends together into a delicious hot chocolate. I'm going to give it to Shalmali to taste. Let's see her reactions. I think she loves it. Looks like she intends to finish it all.
To make the gingerbread cookies, we start with some butter, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of it, and we add some brown sugar into it. We whisk this together till we form a nice paste. And once it reaches a sand-like consistency, we add an egg into it. And we mix this entire mixture together. Now let's take another bowl and mix our dry ingredients in it. We have taken about 1 cup of flour. Now we have taken a normal flour, a wheat flour this time, and we'll be adding 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of baking powder. And now the main ingredient, some ginger powder. Mix this well until all these things are completely combined with each other. Now let's keep that aside and bring in our wet mixture. It's time to blend them together. We start by slowly adding our dry mixture into our wet one and keep whisking it so that it is nicely blended. Whisking till you get a nice sticky dough. Now let's keep that whisk aside and put our hands to work. And our gingerbread dough is ready. Ooh, I can smell the waft of ginger. Now let's take half of our dough, bring in our butter paper, and we just have to roll this dough like we would do with the chapati. So I'm just going to hold on to the butter paper while Durga rolls it flat. And it's done. Now let's move on to the next step. So we're going to take these cookie cutters and just press them into this roll dough. Now press them nicely so that you get the shape of the cutter. Now we are going to use a tree and a stocking. Once your shape is cut, remove it very carefully from the surface because it is quite sticky, and just place it on a plate. Oh, our tree is so cute! Let nothing go to waste. Take the remaining dough, roll it again, and make more shapes. So we repeat this step until none of the dough is remaining because we are going to eat it all. Now there's one Christmassy detail that I want to add. I'm not going to do it to all the cookies, just 1 or 2. This is some red edible glitter. So I'm just going to sprinkle it on 1 or 2 cookies to give it that Christmas feel. For the last remaining few bits of the dough, I'm just going to roll it, press it, and make a round shaped cookie out of it. I'm just going to take some small bits and press them on first. And we bake them the same way we did with the chocolate chip cookies. And there our gingerbread cookies are all ready. They look so yummy.
Stop eating, we have to shoot.
Sorry, I forgot. Hello everyone, this is Shalmali
This is Durga.
and we are the Dafty Dames.
We have to end the clip.
Then why did you continue after me? I'm Durga and all.
It's a ritual now.
Yeah, right. Anyways, we hope that you've enjoyed this video and we hope that you've liked how we made our hot chocolate bombs and cookies.
Thank God, we have done a good job. The cookies are tasting nice.
And they're edible.
But all this apart, we are no professional bakers. So if we have done any mistakes,
Bhul chuk maaf.
This is all done in a joy of Christmas. So if you have done any mistakes, please tell us in comments. And
However we have done, just give us a big fat thumbs up just for the aura of the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
yes, and until next week, this is Dafty Dames
Signing off. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.